Good morning. Welcome to the 2019 Minnesota Water Resources Conference. While I'm unable to join you in person today, I am glad that the University of Minnesota's Water Resource Center is once again hosting this important event, bringing together our state's dedicated water resource professionals, researchers, watershed managers, engineers, and so many other professionals, all committed to keeping our waters protected, safe, and healthy. Your work is helping to tackle the persistent and emerging issues in water conservation, protection, and management. I want to extend a sincere thank you to Jeff Peterson and all the faculty and staff at the Water Resource Center for their efforts to expand water research. They're training the next generation of professionals through their graduate programs while investing in outreach and engagement throughout our entire state. This conference, which the Center has hosted for more than 20 years, is a great example of those extension education efforts. At the Center's collaborative research isn't just limited to producing the best scientific study of the issue, it's also about getting the results that research has contributed out into the hands of farmers, water managers, and other partners. The scientists and educators at the Center are helping all of us to work smarter and more collaboratively on water issues like reducing the spread of harmful algal blooms and aquatic invasive species. The research produced is helping to address harmful runoff, whether it comes from an urban stormwater or nitrogen use on crops. And the work that is improving flood control measures and working to better understand the relationship between water conservation, soil health, and groundwater sustainability will help make our nation more resilient and to help us adapt to climate change. And that's why it's so vitally important that we have strong federal investment in science, that we protect scientific integrity and the ability of researchers to operate independently, addressing the critical needs of Minnesota and all Americans, like ensuring access to safe drinking water, requires public policies built on a foundation of sound science that is free from political interference. The health of our communities and our environment depends upon clean water, and that means we need elected leaders who are willing to invest in the research and solutions, but we need the science to dictate those solutions. When Democrats took control of the U.S. House of Representatives in January, I became the chair of the House Interior Environment Appropriations Subcommittee. In June, my subcommittee's bill passed the House floor, and it appropriates $37.3 billion for fiscal year 2020 to fund the Department of Interior, the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Forest Service, and numerous other smaller federal agencies. One of my responsibilities is funding the scientific agencies doing the research on natural resources and our public land. And that includes funding for the U.S. Geological Survey, which provides the base funding for more than 50 state water centers, household, and our nation's land-grant institutions. For years, this funding has been flat, and I led the Democrats in the House in passing a significant increase for fiscal year. In my bill, the USGS receives $10 million to be dedicated to water resource centers in 2020, and that would be an increase of 35% above current funding levels. And $1 million of that additional funding is specifically for research on aquatic invasive species in the upper Mississippi River region. Unfortunately, the companion bill in the U.S. Senate does not include this much-needed increase, but I'm going to fight for this funding in the final spending bill, and I hope you will join in asking me, the Senate, to agree to the higher House number. I am proud and grateful to come from a state that knows the value of water and takes national leadership role in protecting this precious resource that so many take for granted, safe, clean water that's a necessity for all life. And I am especially pleased to recognize two exceptional leaders in Minnesota. The Water Resource Center will be presenting its annual David Ford Award to Al Keen, the former Board of Soil and Water Research Chief Engineer, and Bruce Montgomery, formerly of the Minnesota Department of Agriculture's Fertilizer Management Section. I want to offer my sincere congratulations and gratitude to both Al and Bruce for their decades of service to our state. In the next few months in Washington, it will be consumed with a serious matter of constitutional significance and decisions about the future of our democracy. I want to assure all of you that I will remain committed and focused on protecting our environment and laying the groundwork for a return of U.S. leadership in combating climate change. and making sure a precious natural resource, our water, is protected. Whether it's the Great Lakes, the Mississippi, Minnesota, or St. Croix River, or any of the thousands of lakes and rivers across the state, protecting Minnesota's waters and investing in the science that is foundational to their protection is a top priority for me. Once again, I want to thank the Water Resources Center for your dedication to this work, and I hope all of you gathered today have a terrific conference. Thank you.